I'm going to do blue today. Okay, so today we're going to talk about verbs, specifically the pluperfect tense. But before we launch into that, I do want to do some verb review and just give you a general overview of how verbs work in Latin so you have a little bit of a framework to go off of. All right. Are you ready?
Yeah.
I like the enthusiasm, Lisa. Okay, so just as a quick review, verb characteristics. I know we've done this a million times, but I'd like to do it again. Characteristics, good, I can spell, yep. Right? Yep. Okay. Verbs typically have 5 characteristics, right? So if we were to look at a verb inside a Latin passage, I could point to it and say, all right, y'all, give me 5 pieces of information. And you would be able to do so based on the way that that word looks, okay? I know they say don't judge a book by its cover, but you can judge a verb based on how it looks. That's okay. All right, so the first verb characteristic we're going to talk about is... Whoops. Actually, let's not do that one first. Person. Okay. What are my options for person? Annabelle.
First, second,
First, second,
or third.
or third. Good. Okay, so first person is like I or we. Second is you or y'all. And third is he, she, it, or they. All right, so just think of person, like the further removed, the higher the number. So like first person, I'm included in I, and I'm also included in we. That's first person. Second person, it's a little bit further removed, but you could still talk to them because it's you or y'all, right? But third person, Mr. Brumler's class over there, they, right, they're further removed from where you are. That's how you can remember person. All right, number, just as easy. What are my 2 options, Tiff?
Singular and plural. I always forgot the word.
Singular and plural. Okay, you guys, I abbreviated. Is that fine? You know what that stands for? SGPL. Okay. All right, the next one is tense. Okay. How many tenses are there in Latin?
6.
6. Okay. Do we remember what they are? Annabelle?
All of them. Present, imperfect, future, perfect, pluperfect, future perfect.
Good. And you did them in the right order. All right. Remember, there are 2 verb systems in Latin. Have we talked about this? Okay. So there's the present system. Which includes the present tense, the imperfect tense, and the future tense. Okay, and then there's another verb system, the perfect verb system, that includes the perfect, the pluperfect, and the future perfect. Okay? Now, just as a spoiler alert, we're going to be talking about this bad boy today, the pluperfect tense. If you didn't get that from the title of this grammar notes section.
It's called pluperfect, but we're actually learning about the future perfect.
Yep, that's how that works. Okay, so that's tense. And remember, tense just equals time, right? The time when the verb happens. Tense is time. Okay, the other 2 characteristics which we've kind of talked about, but it's okay if you don't really remember them because they're not that important right this second. Person, number, tense. Okay, there's voice. Is the verb active? Or is it passive? Okay, and then there's mood. All right, there are 3 possibilities for mood. Right now, all we know is the indicative mood. Okay, that's the most important one, at least for now. But later on, we know 2. The imperative, technically that's a mood as well. And then there's a third, the subjunctive, which we will get to. The subjunctive opens up a whole realm of possibility which is fun. Okay. Does this all sound and seem familiar to y'all? A yes? That's good. That means you know something.
What?
What? Okay. May I scroll? Scroll, scroll. Okay. Now, as with, let's continue with our review a little bit. So our personal / present tense endings. Does anyone remember them? The very simple ones. Annabelle.
All, as, he, was, is, and.
Good. All right, so that's the present. The imperfect. What are the endings there? Remember, the tense marker is a BA, because imperfect sheep go, bah, right? So, Caitlin.
Bomb, boss, bot. And then bombers, bosses, bombs.
Good. Okay, let's keep going. All right, now the future tense. Do y'all remember when we talked about this? The future tense? There's something a little weird about it. What's weird about it, Caitlin?
There's like 2 sets for like different conjugations.
Correct. 2 sets of endings for different conjugations. So first or second conjugation, right? ARE or strong ERE. What are my future tense endings?
Go,
Yep.
spit, goodness, goodness, root.
Good. Okay, but then the third, which is weak ERE, or fourth conjugation verbs, what are the endings for that?
Is, it.
Okay. So far, so good? All right, now that's the present verb system. Let's talk about the perfect verb system. Okay, so we've got the perfect tense. Whoops, that's a little low. That's going to be off. All right, so the perfect tense endings starts with an E. Can someone finish that for me? E. Yeah, go ahead, Annabelle. Good. Bless you. Okay, and now we're going to learn the pluperfect, which is the next verb in the perfect system. Okay. And the endings are simply as follows. Okay? Any questions so far? Does this seem all right? Okay. So now that we've got our endings, I'm just going to highlight all of this. Whee! So those are going to be important. Oh, shush.
I remember one day my dog was barking so loudly, the neighbor came and knocked on our door and told our dog to tell our dog to shut up.
Well, that's not very kind. Okay. Can I scroll? Are we good? Did we get this all down? Okay. So the question becomes, why why do we have two verb systems in Latin? What's the purpose? How do they differ? The role of conjugating a verb, or the rules rather, or the steps, they're pretty similar, but what's the difference between the present verb system and the perfect verb system?
They use a different principal part.
Good. So in the present verb system, we use which principal part? Second. Good. The infinitive. But in the perfect verb system, which principal part do you use, Tiff? The third. Okay, now it's super, super straightforward, very easy to do. All right, let's do an example. Oh, wait, we should go over the steps, shouldn't we, of conjugating a verb, just for review, maybe? No? No, you think you got it? Okay, find the principal part, pop off the appropriate ending, and add the appropriate endings for your tense. Okay. So I'll give you the 4 principal parts. Please write them. Okay, relinquo, relinquere, reliqui, relictus. Okay, now we're going to conjugate in the pluperfect tense. So for conjugating in the pluperfect tense, which verb system am I in? Yeah. You just stepped ahead. That's okay. We're going for the third principal part because we're in the perfect verb system. Okay, so we found our third principal part here, reliqui. All right, now what pops off? The I. Okay. So here we go.
I wrote a G instead of a Q.
Do I need to leave space like for translation?
Maybe.
We need a lot of space then.
Wait,
Okay,
is that a Q or a G?
it's a Q.
I think I'm writing G's.
My G's look like that, my Q's look like that.
I keep on writing G's instead of Q's, so it's like really.
I put that in G's.
Religue?
Yeah, I was writing a G, and then I was like, that does not
I
sound
was
like
writing
Latin,
it
so I was like,
Religueram. Yeah, that sounds like Spanish, actually.
I was writing like the linguerum. Like I was writing
Mm.
this N.
You added an N.
Wait, is there no N?
There is, oh, you tell me. Pay attention to the third principal part where we get our
Oh, I
stem.
thought you meant up there.
Oh, no, there is, but remember, not for the conjugated forms because we're functioning. This gives us our perfect stem, which is R-E-L-I-Q-U.
What?
Yeah. I spelled it right. R-E-L-I-Q-U.
It's not gonna spell it.
Can you spell?
I.
Can you spell poop?
Can you spell?
Oh.
wait, so
So
that's
it's
not reliquy?
Huh?
What's the third principal part?
Reliqui. Yeah. Okay. Does this all make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Except the spelling of really the stem.
Well, the stem, oh, because you don't know how to spell. That's fair. I also don't know how to spell it.
P-T-H.
Wait, what is the meaning of this word?
think that's how you spell that. What's the meaning? To leave behind. Right, have you heard, like, to relinquish something? It's to leave it behind. Yeah. Okay. So, when you're translating the pluperfect tense, I guess I didn't leave very much room for translating, did I? Well, shoot. You've done it again. Let's do this.
Well, see, at least you could like move it.
I
can't
know.
move it.
I'm spoiled.
I'm just gonna do it underneath.
Yeah, if you didn't leave room, just do it underneath.
I wrote my notes so spread out, so I'm this just giant block of nothing.
Okay, so I had left behind. We'll just say I had left. You guys, like, that's fine. You had left. He,
just left.
she, it had left. We had left. Y'all had left. And they had left.
I can't spell.
Can't spell.
I can't spell
Instead
left.
of saying,
Wait, is Annabelle?
so if I were to look this up in the dictionary, it would just say left. I can just
Behind, left behind.
Behind.
But
You're just shortening it,
wait,
but I
say,
just want to make sure it's
wait, say that again.
So, can I say on the test I have left?
I had left behind.
Okay.
Technically, that's what it is, but I didn't feel like making you guys write all that. But the reason why I'm doing this is just so you get an idea of how this is. So honestly, anytime you see a pluperfect, just translate it with had blanked and you'll be fine. Had blanked. Okay, yes, Ruth.
Instead of writing all the he, she, it, can we just stick a quote?
You could, but as long as you yourself know that that means the subject could be he or she or it, depending on the context.
So if I do know that, then I can do that?
If you do know that, then you can do that, I guess. I hesitate to let you take shortcuts, but alas. Okay. 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 Okay.
You sound like Elmo.
I am Elmo.
Elmo freaks me out.
Elmo's fun. I had a nightmare the other day. I was watching Harry Potter and someone broke into the house and stole the disc because I'm trying to use like this, like the, like you know, the thing to sell. So I hit him over the head with the bat.
What?
So that's like my average dream. They make no sense. Like it was like,
Oh, that's a dream?
yeah.
Okay.
So I was like,
Anyway, we're gonna move on. Yeah. All right, so how does tense work? Let's do an example sentence so you can kind of see how these tenses interact, right? Because what we're gonna eventually start to do, like I'm telling you guys usually to translate literally, but there is going to come a point where you need to just think about the relationship between tenses and verbs. It's not going to be as literal anymore. All right, we're not quite there yet, but just keep in mind that that is coming. And that's where the art and skill of translation comes into play, because it is an art and a skill to translate appropriately and do so well.
because like I probably couldn't translate even with Latin.
Oh,
Like,
nonsense. Pish posh. All right, so this is our example sentence here. All right, repeat after me. Marcus stupuit. Quam. Circum antea viderat. Okay, now first things first. Where are my verbs? Who can identify one for me? Shoyoung? Yeah, stupuit. And do you guys remember what color verbs are?
blue.
Blue. Wee. Okay, so that's a verb. Where's another? We did it. Good. Now, stupuit is what tense? Anyone know? Stupeo, stupere. Sorry, stupeo, stupere. It's second conjugation. Stupui. So it's
No, it's future.
Perfect.
It's perfect.
it's perfect.
I knew what I meant, but I forgot what it was called.
Okay, so this is perfect tense. Actually, let's write that in a different color so we can distinguish between our sentences. Okay, and viderat, coming from video, videre, vidi, visum. What tense is viderat? Pluperfect, good.
I got this one right.
Okay, now, who is the subject of stupuit and viderat? Marcus, y'all remember what color our subjects are? Or nominatives are, rather? Red, good. Ooh, you guys are getting good. I forgot what color we used. I think this is good. Okay.
Wait, is that?
That's red enough. Sorry. Okay. Now, kirkum. It's accusative. What color are accusatives?
Blue.
Giallo.
Close enough.
Yellow. Yellow, yellow.
You know, blue and yellow are the same colors.
No, they're not.
Close
Blue
enough.
and yellow, same colors.
So when you call it
What?
It's right there.
What? No, they're not. These are totally different. What do you mean?
They're close enough though.
What? Roy G. Biv would be upset with you. You know where Roy G. Biv puts everyone when they're naughty?
Oh, where?
In prison.
Okay, wait. Can you? What is that?
Roy G. Biv? Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple,
No, indigo.
No, indigo.
indigo, violet. Right. There's other colors in there, but it's like the colors of the rainbow. But Roy G. Biv.
Well, I actually failed the Roy G. Biv test in preschool.
Well, that sounds like a you problem.
Why did you have a Roy G. Biv test?
It wasn't like a Roy G. Biv test. It was just like
How
asking.
much to test them?
I don't know. It was just like asking the colors, and when it was yellow, I said it was green, and then the teacher got.
Okay, so stupeo stupere is to be astounded. So Marcus, because it's perfect, I know it's going to sound a little imperfecty, but what am I going to say? Marcus was astounded or was amazed. Whoops, sorry. Okay, quam. Do you guys remember quam?
Because, however,
Although he viderat. How do we translate the pluperfect? What's the key word here? Had. Although he had seen the kirkum, the circus, before. Right, Antea, before. Okay, now let's think about what we just wrote. Marcus was amazed, although he had seen the circus before. Okay, now, there's two things going on. Let's think about the relationship between these two clauses, I suppose. Marcus was amazed. He had seen the circus. What happened first? He had seen the circus. Okay, so this happened first. Whoops. Okay, and this happened second. Right, because even though he was amazed in present time, he had already seen the circus before. Okay, so really what the pluperfect is trying to accomplish here is that it describes an action completed before another action in the past has taken place. All right, so let's write that. This is our big takeaway for the day. And we're going to do it in purple because purple's fun. Yep.
Wait, in the past. Oh, that makes sense. I can't read.
Okay. Does this make sense? Okay. One thing I do want you guys to be aware of, once you're done writing this, I'll scroll up for a sec.
Why is it called the Pluperfect?
Hmm?
Why is it called the Pluperfect?
Well, let's think about it. Because perfectus in Latin means completed. So the prefix must have something to do with something previously being done. So let's see. Ah, isn't that convenient? Okay, so based on the laws of assimilation, plus just means more.
So it's like more completed.
So plus perfect, but you wouldn't make it a word. You wouldn't just say plus perfect because that double consonant sounds like really weird and too tongue twistery. So this first letter drops and it just becomes pluperfect.
So it's like more perfect.
So it's like more perfect than the perfect tense. So like I sat for I had run a marathon earlier that day.
So sat is happened after.
So-
Happened after.
Because you ran a marathon.
Yeah, I ran the marathon already. So it's like more, it's like before the perfect. It's more perfect.
That makes sense, but that also sounds dumb.
I know, but go with it. Yeah.
Can I use your restroom?
I hope so. You can. I hope. Good luck. Watch out. There's dangerous goblins in the bathroom.
How
Yes.
the girls' restroom?
The girls' restroom is so clean. It's really cold in there.
Oh.
Okay.
There's sharks.
Just one thing I want to draw your attention to. Okay. If you take a look at these pluperfect forms, all right, the endings themselves do look like a word we've seen before, but it's an actual word. Okay, aram, aras, arat, aramas, aratus, erant. That's just to be in the imperfect tense. Okay, so don't get those things confused, right? These are endings, and if I were to say like aram, okay, like Barber was a teacher, right? But that's the word on its own. Was.
He's no longer.
He was being a teacher. Right, because this is the verb to be in the imperfect tense. But don't get them confused because these are just endings.
I mean, he's a merchant now, man. He can't.
And he's happy. He's
it takes a lot of effort to be a merchant.
yeah, that's true. It does. It takes dedication. Okay, we cool with this? All right. What I would like for you to do for homework.
C means if, right?
C means if, and quasi means as if.
Thank you, Miss Lane.
Just kidding, just kidding. Well, now you'll never forget it. All right, I'd like you guys for homework to do exercise B, as in banana.
I spell exercise wrong, right? How do you spell exercise? It's EXERCISE, right?
Miss Lane,
Mm.
since he didn't give us the packet, do we do it on the textbook, right?
So yeah, good question. So because I didn't give you the packet, you can find chapter 24 on the portal as a PDF in the Ecce Romani 1 topic. So open up chapter 24, and when you're writing out your homework, just continue it on your notes. Okay.
We have a month left.
I know.
Are we gonna get through Echo Remind
In a month? No. No, but we're definitely gonna get started. But again, it's okay that we didn't. I'd rather us take our time and have you guys really, really understand the grammar. Because if we just, you guys kind of like had a shaky understanding of it and we just jumped ahead, it would not be good. I think you'd have a hard time.
Cancel all other classes and just do Latin all day so we get Echo Remind too.
That would be fun.
I'd be cool to do Latin all day. Oh wait, I do that.
Are we having a Roman feast?
Gotta figure that out.
Okay.
You
Please.
have 5 weeks.
I know, the deadline is approaching.